one of the things with COVID-19, we all had to shelter in place. And one of the things that happened is that it affected our students in school as well as in college. With me today, I have Resurrection on Bernadette BallOliver, who is the Executive Director of Secondary Education for the Chatham County School System. Welcome, Ms. Bernadette BallOliver.
Thank you, and good afternoon, Father.
And thank you for agreeing to do this interview, because we at Resurrection, we are very concerned about our kids, and we are promoting education. And we know education as far as classroom has changed with COVID-19. So whatever information, Ms. Bernadette BallOliver, that you have, that you can share with us, please do so at this time. And if I have any questions that you hadn't covered, we will go over that later. Thank you.
Okay. Well, as you know, learning for students changed when they were to return on March the 16th, when they were to return after March 16th, that week was spring break. On the 23rd, they were now learning at home. We refer to this as remote learning. Sometimes we call it independent learning. Our students are learning online. They still have the support and guidance of their teachers. And this is for all of our students, K through 12. They have devices. We provided them for them. They're able to communicate with their teachers, as well as their counselors are available online to assist. Our students are provided with lessons. We've been using Zoom. We've been using Google Classroom, Google Hangouts, as well as some others. All of these are online learning platforms where our children have an opportunity to actually interact, if they choose, with the teacher. They can still receive lessons and examples and modeling from their teacher to support them when they're doing their learning. Some of our students may not have devices, may not have internet access. So for those students, we did provide what we call independent learning packets. If students were in grades K through 8, those packets were placed in bins outside of their schools. Now that the packets have been picked up, if they have found that they still need one or they want some additional support from a packet, they can pick those up on East Broad at the For Me Early Learning Center. Dr. Miller Fields and her team are available. They just have to go to what we call the green door in the front of the school to your right. And if you ring the buzzer, they will be happy to accommodate. If you are a high school student, then the way that you would get an independent learning packet is to reach out and contact your principal or one of your teachers, and then they will make arrangements, because we know that our high school students have many different classes, so we want to make sure that they get the right information and the right assignments in their packet. Parents, it's very different teaching your own student at home. We've gotten a number of calls. And we've gotten a lot of feedback from parents who really understand now that whole teaching and learning process to a much deeper degree. If you need support, as I said, the counselors are there. Your child's teacher has office hours. They can assist. They can answer questions for you. They can answer questions for your student. The one thing that we want is for all of them to be successful. We want to ensure that our students are still learning. We highly, highly encourage them to stay engaged, because students, we will be returning to school. We may not be able to give you the date and the time, but we do know that school will reopen, and we don't want our children to be behind in their learning. We want to make sure that they stay on track and that they stay on target. We also have recognized this has been a very difficult time for our seniors. Being a high school person, having been a high school principal, it was exceptionally hard for me as well to know that seniors would not be able to experience their prom or their senior week or even their graduations in the traditional manner that we've come accustomed to celebrating those things. So we worked really hard as a district to make sure that we provide some type of celebration and acknowledgement They've worked really hard to get to this point, and this is that culminating activity, that thing that we all look forward to when you begin school. Everyone looks forward to graduation. So we will start next week by having a curbside pickup celebration. Our seniors will be able to drive through and pick up their caps and gowns. It is actually the senior plus 3 others in the cars. And they can drive through, they'll get their caps, their gowns, any cords, medals, awards, honors. They will be provided for them. Their principal will be there, as well as some others to celebrate them. The superintendent has a special gift that will be given to every single senior that comes through. All of the schools, their times are posted on their website. Their principals have done call-outs. In May, we will be having virtual graduations. Those dates and times, they receive that information from their principals today or this evening if they haven't gotten that call yet. And we'll also have all of that posted on our district website. The virtual graduations will be done at our Whitney complex. We will live stream. There will be an actual program that we will follow. And again, each school will have their own time, and those times will be posted. Any additional questions, information you would like me to share?
What if the kids or their parents would like to get in touch with you? You know how sometimes people have questions later. How will they be able to contact you, or is that possible to contact you?
Well, yes, sir. We are still at 208 Bull Street. Many of us, we do not receive the public. We only have appointments only, and only under certain circumstances and situations. However, we do have a hotline in academic affairs. That number is 395-5514. Again, 395-5514. If you have specific questions regarding your child's work, that's the online or the packets. If you have specific questions regarding high school, or you just need to speak with someone, you can reach out at 395-5637 or 395-5582. We do have staff that's still available to answer calls and to work with and assist parents.
There have been some questions or concern about retention of students in certain grades. I have read and saw some, information about the kids their grading will be based on the prior 3 quarters. Could you expound on that, please?
Yes. So when we did go home for spring break, we had just ended the 3rd quarter. So we had completed 75% of the school year. So our grades are based on 9-week quarters. And so for our students that are on year-long schedules, that you have quarter 1, 2, 3, 4, those students, their grades are based on quarters 1 through 3, with the understanding they need to continue to work because quarter 4 can be for enrichment, or if some of our kids were struggling or found themselves needing to make up a few assignments for various reasons. Maybe I missed some days, my grade is not where it needs to be in regards to passing, then they now have the opportunity to go back and remediate some of those standards so that we can ensure that they have mastered the content and that they have successfully completed what they needed to for those quarters. That's what their promotion is being based on, or their retention this year. If you are a high school student, of course, and on a 4x4 block instead of a year long, then it's based on that quarter, that very first quarter, which was quarter 3, but it was also the first quarter of your 2nd semester. Because you're on a semester system in high school if you're on a 4x4 block.
In the past, Ms. Bernadette BallOliver, there have been summer school. Is there any plan for summer school for 2020?
Currently, the summer school really is very limited for high school, and we are really focusing on our class of 2020 and our class of 2021. That's our juniors and our seniors. Right now, there are no plans for summer school for our K-8 students, but definitely we're looking at ways to keep them engaged. It is very important that students do not stop their reading, their math, science, social studies, just their learning in general, because this will make it a lot more challenging for them in the next grade when they return to school. There's certain content that they need in order to be successful, and that content is being provided through our remote learning. Our teachers are continuing to work very hard. They are working extremely hard through online, our teachers and our principals. And so they want to make sure that they're giving the kids all that they can provide them through this different way of learning with COVID-19.
The school system is providing breakfast and lunch for the students. How is that working, and when will that end?
Not sure when the end date will be, but it's working very well. Students are taking advantage of it. We were surprised. We had a little slow start, but boy, did it catch on fast. And so it's been very successful, and we will continue as long as we are able.
Okay. Is there any other tips you can give the parents?
Well, I do want to say that a lot of parents, a lot of students thought, oh, if I pass quarters 1 through 3, I could stop working. That is not true. We have not ended school. The last day of school for K through 11 is May the 15th. There are still assignments, there are still expectations that our students will continue to work. We expect them to continue to learn. Teachers are still providing meaningful assignments to engage them, and it does have an impact on their grade. If you were in danger of being retained or you needed some additional assistance, it can help you. If you are already passing, it can still help you, especially if you are in high school and you think about class rank and other things. So that would be my biggest tip. Parents, don't let them tell you that it's over. It is not over until the last day of school. And for seniors, that's May 8th, when their final grades will be finalized. And for all other students, that's May the 15th.
So May 8th for the seniors and May 15th for K through 11.
Yes, sir.
And so the seniors then will know for sure whether they will be participating in the virtual graduation.
If I have a senior out there that's not sure now, you better get sure. You should be sure by now. Today is April 24th. You know if you're on track.
And Ms. BallOliver, I have attended all the graduation when the kids graduate from Resurrection of our Lord. And it has really affected me this year as well, because with the private schools as well as the public school, we have about 12 or more kids who will be graduating. And I have been practicing, for months now, getting my voice together. So I feel like it's all been done now in vain. What could you tell me to give me encouragement?
Well, I can tell you that we will be live streaming all of the graduations. They will be on our YouTube channel as well as our Comcast channel 195. And you may scream to your heart's content in the privacy of your own home.
Thank you.
For each celebration.
Thank you. Yes. Good. Do you have anything that you can tell us at Resurrection that we can do to be of most support to the students and their parents throughout this process?
I can tell you, just be available, be open, listen to them. This has been very difficult for our students. It's been difficult for our parents, but it's been a challenge for our educators. Mm-hmm. So we just need to listen and understand, because a lot of what we took for granted in terms of our social interaction, it's missing from our day-to-day lives. And we're starting to hear from some of the students, as well as some of the teachers who are used to being with their colleagues, and some of the parents who are used to not having to be with their students all day. So we're starting to hear that there's some challenges about that. So we just need to be a really great support system and just listen, talk them through it. And sometimes you may even have to walk them off that ledge.
And Ms. Bernadette BallOliver, on the behalf of Resurrection, we would like to thank you personally. You are here now. But also we want to thank Dr. Levette and all the school board staff, everybody who works to make the school system a success. And even though I see the school buses rolling around, I see people at times also, bringing the food off as the kids stand to the stop to receive it. We want to thank them. We don't want to forget anyone, those who work to keep the school spotless clean. We want to thank them as well. It's a team effort. And we want to thank all of you, and please give our gratitude from Resurrection to the staff at 208 Bull Street and at the Whitney Complex on our behalf. Thank you very much.
Will do. And on behalf of the Savannah Chatham County Public School System and Dr. Levette, we appreciate all of the support we received as a school community. So thank you.